An Egyptian-American aid worker held captive for 3 years in Egypt is suddenly released, flown to the United States, and whisked to the Oval Office to meet with President Trump. Aya Hijazi and her husband were accused of child abuse and human trafficking, but U.S. officials say the accusations are bogus. President Trump and his aides worked for several weeks with Egypt's president to secure their release, along with 4 other humanitarian workers. Joining us now is Samuel Tadros, a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute Center for Religious Freedom. Sam, what did you think when you first heard the Trump administration had worked with Egypt to get Aya Hijazi and her husband released?
Well, at first it was great news to hear that Aya got acquitted in her court case in Egypt, that she's coming home to America. She's been unjustly held for over 3 years. It's been a trial and a process that has really troubled a lot of people about what it tells about Egypt's human rights record, but also about Egypt's relationship to the United States.
Well, why do you think this is happening now? I mean, couldn't this have happened under the Obama administration?
Probably not. The Egyptian regime didn't like President Obama at all. They had a very hard relationship between them. The Obama administration was viewed as more supportive of the Muslim Brotherhood that Sisi had removed from power. And thus Egypt was trying, in a sense, to annoy the United States in every way possible, including by continuing to hold an American citizen.
Do you think it's unusual for the U.S. to negotiate the release of Americans held in foreign countries?
No, we've done it before with Iran when they hold the hikers or other cases. There have been all these cases where the United States, either directly or through other countries acting as intermediaries, has attempted to release its citizens held abroad.
Well, as you know, Sam, the United States gives over $1 billion to Egypt in aid every year. ISIS is very active in that nation. They want to target Christians. Does the U.S. have any leverage in protecting Christians there, fighting extremism?
Well, it certainly has leverage over issues that the Egyptian regime doesn't view as life and death issues. When it comes to questions that involve the survival of the regime, it's unlikely to agree to U.S. demands. But when it comes to issues that do not involve the regime's survival, such as protecting Christians, the U.S. can certainly start a conversation in Egypt and convince them to do their part, the government's part, in order to protect those vulnerable communities.
Samuel Tadros, Senior Fellow at Hudson Institute Center for Religious Freedom. Thanks so much for your analysis.
Thanks for having me.